Okay, how you going? If you're watching this, it's probably on telly with 60 Minutes. But I'm a veteran, and I'm dressed in a chicken suit because I've got a few things to tell the government and leaders of the world because I think the world's gone freaking nuts. So I've decided to be a bit of a martyr in a chicken suit, right? Alrighty. Got the sun behind me, got my sunnies on, got my chicken suit on. I'll tell you a little story about Africa, Somalia when I was an infantry soldier, and I was serving over there. 900 of us were serving there. By the way, this is a big joint. We were serving in Africa, Somalia. We'd been in country 3 months, and I was on patrol with one section, 7 platoon, 9 of us on patrol, aggressive patrolling, and this Somali lady, well-dressed Somali lady, come up to us and said, "Follow me." So we followed her, and we went into this building, and there were 30 little grins there, bloody 30 little kids all grinning. So we all piled into the room and we said, "What's up?" And the Somali lady said, "Oh, they want to sing you a song." So I said, "Okay," and the boys went, "Right, sweet." So we sat there, and the most beautifulest tune come out of these 30 Somali kids. We were standing there with big bloody machine guns. We stunk, and yeah, they sung this awesome, beautiful tune. It had us all stunned. And at the end of it, I said to the teacher, "What was that all about?" Because they sung it in Somali. And she said, "Oh, they were singing a song to you guys to thank you for making it safe to go back to school." Now, that blew me away. That was like the highest honour you could ever have, I reckon, especially as an infantryman. But I've got a problem. I smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed. I'd love to smoke opium for my pain and relaxation. I'd love to be able to take Sinsidica or Mo Hung, which is ephedra. And I'd like colt's foot as well for my lungs, to heal my lungs. And yeah, I want the right to be able to smoke pot, because it helps with my PTSD. See, going to Africa fucked a lot of us up. Pardon the French, you'll have to beep that one out, 60 Minutes. Well, I can't talk without swearing. I've got 2 radio shows on 2MBR, and yeah, you should have a listen into that. They're pretty funny, Sundays and Tuesday mornings. But yeah, I think it's time we legalise the herb ban and several herbs, because I think it's unfair people getting into trouble for smoking pot, and I believe it helps people mentally. Too much pot can send you over the top, right? If you smoke an ounce every 3 days, you're going to end up in psychosis. You'll be talking to God, and yeah, but smoking pot, couple of joints a day, is nothing wrong with it. So yeah, so we need to change the law, because people with PTSD, pot changes the frequency of their PTSD mind, changes the frequency and puts it from reptilian into mammal. So yeah, sorry, I thought I was a chicken. But yeah, so we should legalise pot for everybody, because it says in the Bible, God gave man plants and herbs to use. It didn't say in Genesis God gave the courts and the law our plants to tell us what we can have. That wasn't written in the Bible. So if you get in front of the judge and they want to swear on the Bible, we'll pull the Bible out and open up Genesis. Because, I like to smoke the herb because with my PTSD, I'm in reptilian mode where everything's freaking dangerous around me and I'm expecting an attack. But I smoke the reefer or a couple of cones and it takes away that anxiety. It takes away a lot of depression. It makes the day more interesting. I get more artistic. I do creative things and it helps me philosophize really well. So yeah, the herb should be legalised, man. It's about time this country took control of itself, got rid of the chemical companies, bloody making plastics, so they're scared of marijuana crops being used to make clothes and paper and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, if they grow one crop of marijuana, it takes 3 months and it's not even smokable herb, and they can regenerate the ground for growing vegetables in it for another 10 years and use the crop for making paper and clothes. So yeah, it's we just got to fight the chemical companies from the 50s when they made the laws, because they went, oh, the freaky weed, man. And I'd love to grow some opium because I've got a stuffed shoulder from stuffing me shoulder in the army, and I'm in a lot of pain, so I've got to go and see the doctor and beg for painkillers, and they look at you like a drug addict. But I'm a healer, so I know how to heal myself. I just get a long wooden pipe with a feather on it and cut the opium with a razor blade, the poppy, and the sap leaks out, and you scrape that with a razor blade, let it dry out, stick it in your pipe at night and smoke it, man. It should happen down the old people's home, man. And methamphetamine, I used to be an ice addict. I was an ice addict for 6 years, and it took me several rehab attempts, and I finally kicked the habit 4 years ago. But I still miss it. I fucking, better beep that one. I swore again. I'm trying not to. But I kicked the ice habit, and I was into heroin as well, so I kicked that habit as well, sticking needles in my arm. But if we legalise drugs, the government can tax the drugs, and the tax money can go on mental health. Well, man, they should put ecstasy in the bloody water, for Christ's sake, and pacify everybody and make everybody happy. Did you know they gave patients in Switzerland ecstasy tablets for depression, and it started curing cancer? Now, why the hell aren't we giving cancer patients ecstasy? Man, I'd be lining up if I had cancer to take ecstasy, and the government can make the best ecstasy. But there's a way around making another form of ecstasy that I've discovered through my hippie trails and books of knowledge and my learning and all my crazy wisdom and my psychoses and talking to God. And I used to think I was 1999, my mind goes, you're the second coming of Christ. And I was in Hollywood Hospital for Veterans. And I'm like, but I don't even believe in God, man. So yeah, it was a bit of an awakening. That's why I'm in a chicken suit. Yeah, Aussie Ocker, chicken holy man. So, but there's a plan to this chicken suit, I'll tell you at the end. Yeah, it all started in Hollywood Hospital, so I thought that was quite funny. I went into Hollywood Hospital. It said the Hollywood Clinic, which was THC for marijuana, and my doctor's name was Dr. Woodall, and my girlfriend's name was Woodall backwards. I was going, no wonder I'm going nuts. all the synchronicities, man. If you see the synchronicities in life, you spin out, man, and go, man, this is one big movie. So yeah, but we've got to free drugs. I don't think we should let methamphetamine on the streets. I think that should stay for soldiers, because it blows the mind too much, and it makes your dopamine levels go 100 times higher. We should actually give it to Alzheimer's patients, and create their dopamine levels higher. But you go to a doctor these days, like, I'm Romanian gypsy blood, so I'm fucking, pardon the French, a natural healer again. So I've been reincarnated 1,000,000 times, and I've been a warrior, now I'm a healer, and then the next step is king. But I'm a Sean, and so a Sean in Ireland actually means a king's advisor. So I advise kings. Yeah, a bit like Merlin, bit of a wizard. But yeah, you go to the doctor and they give you antibiotics mostly, and CAT scans and all this bullshit. Not once has a doctor ever said to me, I'll boost your vitamin C, take echinacea and spirulina, man. Not once has a doctor ever done that for me. So I think doctors aren't trained very well. If you got a sick patient, this is what you give them. You give them hydrogen peroxide injections, 72% distilled water, the rest hydrogen peroxide, but the hydrogen peroxide's 33% food grade hydrogen peroxide. You give them monatomic gold, echinacea, omega-936 flaxseed oil, spirulina, blueberries, cashew nuts, coconut water, and a mega B vitamin, and oxygen bottle 3 times a day for 15 minutes. And that should bring down any disease, any virus. Oh, and the monatomic gold, yes. The monatomic gold is a definite one. But yeah, I prescribed that for my psychiatrist the other day because he was sick. So I rang his secretary and said, give this to the doc. We're going to make him better again. So, yeah, well, you take all that, and if you're a crook, you will, it doesn't matter if you're losing a leg, if you got gangrene and about to lose a limb, you take hydrogen peroxide needles, and the oxygen in the hydrogen peroxide kills all the bacteria and virus and especially cancer. It oxygenates, and the cancer cells die, man. And that's how you cure cancer. You alkaline the body, eat alkaline foods, alkaline your body, because cancer can't grow in an alkaline body, and use oxygen to kill the cancer cells. That's how you cure cancer, man. Because cancer comes from when we didn't have an atmosphere, and the atmosphere was getting made up, and radiation was hitting everything really hard. So the cells in the ocean created cancer back then to live, to exist. Hang on, I've got to get a smoke. Yeah, being a smoker. Yeah, the other day I paid $67 for a packet of cigarettes, man. I was so pissed off. I wanted to cry. I wanted to kill a politician. I wanted to kill somebody, man. Because $67 for a packet of smokes. I'm spending $800 a fortnight on cigarettes, man. They're taking food off my table. That's ridiculous. I, as a veteran, nearly have to leave this country to go live in Thailand so I can afford a cigarette, and I can eat like a king, drink like a king, and have a girl by my side as well for $800 a fortnight. So what do I do, man? I mean, And the price of beer, I don't drink anymore. I've given up the booze. But I like to sit down and have a Coke with a few boys drinking, and I know alcohol needs to be not taxed as heavy. I think you should cut alcohol tax in half to 3/4, because the blue collar worker needs his cigarettes, his drugs and his booze to cope with this mad world that we've created, that we live in, and pay tax and come home and see the kids and watch the telly and drink beer and have a ciggy, and it all keeps us going. So you gotta lay the taxes off and please the blue collar worker. Now the other thing I've got to talk about is my friend Brucey is 68. Now he gets $800 a fortnight, $700 to $800 a fortnight, and his rent's $400 to $500. So he's left with $300 a fortnight. Now the other day his telly blew up, so he couldn't watch telly. So I lent him my bloody television for 3 weeks till he could afford to get another telly. So he had to get it through some loan that they helped him with, because he's an older bloke. But I give him steak as well, because he doesn't buy steak because he can't afford it. He can hardly afford to have a cigarette and a beer, let alone a steak. So yeah, and when his alternator's broken, he can't fix it because he needs $350. Where's he going to get the money from? It's just, our pensioners need more than this to live on, man. They need about $1,400 a fortnight to $1,500, and they need discounts on lots of things, and they need well, what they really should do, this is the ultimate retirement plan. When you turn 65, the government gives you a Winnebago and a pension of $1,000, a fuel card, and free camping all around Australia. And you just become a grey nomad and set off into the sunset with your missus. The kids that all know you're going, and go and explore Australia, man. Now that's a better bloody plan than what they're all doing. So come on, let's get together and think, man. I should be working for the CSIRO or bloody NASA or something, but they don't wear chicken suits, so I'm not doing it. But there is a key to this madness of chicken suits. But anyway, if you want to know where you come from and what the big God plan was all about, you look up Samaria, right, and the Anunnaki, and check them out. Check out the Garden of Eden and why we were made, and monatomic gold, and how their planet needs saving, and all this mad stuff. But it'll open up a whole new spectrum about God, because the Bible was written by Constantine, Emperor Constantine, a Roman emperor, 300 years after Jesus died. He wrote the Bible, but 50 books were left out of the Bible. So a lot of stuff was left out of the Bible, and Constantine said, yep, we'll have that, and that. So yeah, the Bible's a bit of a spin out. I think I'm the lawless man. So yeah, but they didn't know how I was going to do it, but I'm doing it with a video in a chicken suit. But yeah, this is what this is all about. And yeah, so you check out Samaria and monatomic gold and all sorts of stuff, and then you'll understand where your DNA comes from. And being a god of your DNA, or being the king of your DNA, and a god soul, or the soul of a god, you can accomplish lots of things. Because yeah, old Liberty Bell and Anu, so all get a silver dollar and a chicken suit, okay, because we're going to have a revolution. So I'll tell you another little story. When I was on ice, it used to open up my crown chakra pretty flying high, actually, because my dopamine was revving at 100 times higher, and I was like, woo! And I'm down camping at the Colo River. So I had me sarong on, and I'm down in the river, and a voice goes, I was icing off my head, and a voice goes, stick a river stone in your ass, a pebble. And I said, what? I said, no, stick a pebble up your ass out of the river. I was like, oh, righto. So I stuck a pebble up your ass, and I'm walking around all day talking to people, feeling real kinky. Anyway, at the end of the day, I said to God, I said, what the fuck was that all about? And he goes, well, if you stick a river stone in your bum every day for 3 weeks, a different stone from the river every day, it'll cure cancer in your rectum. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought to myself, Jesus, it's pretty hard learning to be a healer. There is some funny things that go on, so yeah, to all you healers, God bless you. But I want to talk to the Pope. I want the Queen to sack the government, because I think it's time we put an Aboriginal king on the throne. And I want to kick the Yanks out of Australia and the Chinese. I don't want anybody to buy Australian real estate anymore unless you're Australian citizen. And yeah, they just sold all our trees in Queensland and gas to the Americans, so I'm pretty pissed. Mate, World War II soldiers on the Kokoda track are rolling in their graves, man. The diggers of World War I aren't happy either, man. So, yeah, we're going to do something about all this. So, yeah, the reason why I joined the army, I'll tell you the story. I grew up in New Guinea, born in Australia, went to New Guinea when I was 2, and I used to visit the start of the Kokoda track there in New Guinea. There's a graveyard full of Australian dead soldiers, and I used to go there when I was 4 and play amongst the gravestones, and I felt the Anzac spirit, and they were my heroes, and I always wanted to grow up and be a soldier just like they were. And most of them were from the 39th Battalion, because there was only 16 blokes left after fighting the Japs. But we should, the last Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel just died, but I want to send their relatives a golden bread gun as sign of respect. And if I ever get married, I want to get married in that graveyard, because it's the most beautifulest place you could ever imagine. Yeah. So, but I think Trumpy is a funny bastard. He cracks me up, actually. He's got a lot on his shoulders. But I want to talk to the Pope, especially about the pine cone out the front of the Vatican there, and the pine cone on his staff, because that's your pineal gland. And yeah, we've all got one in our head. It's shaped like a pine cone. And yeah, fluoride ain't the best for it, because it calcifies your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is your third eye, one of your chakras. And yeah, fluoride calcifies your pineal gland and turns it into a crystal. So it stops making melatonin, DMT, all sorts of spiritual stuff. And when you die, it's called your seat of your soul. When you die, your energy of your soul leaves through your pineal gland. So yeah, it's pretty good to keep that thing pretty healthy, you know what I mean? It's like Jesus. He was a Reiki master, and he was also a a yoga, Kundalini yoga master, because he, after he finished his apprenticeship as a carpenter, he took off to India and Tibet and learned yoga and Kundalini rising energy, raising his Kundalini up through his chakras, opening his third eye and his crown chakra and becoming enlightened. And that's what he was trying to teach his disciples, and that's what's kept out of the Bible, because Jesus was saying, hey man, the kingdom of heaven is in you now. You've just got to raise your Kundalini up through your chakras and become enlightened. And they don't want us to do that, because yeah, if we're all enlightened, then no one's in control. But yeah, when you gestate, your gestation as a baby, from time you're born, 49 days time, that energy in you, which makes your lungs and your brain, goes and sits at the base of your spine and stays there. And that's your Kundalini. It's a serpent coiled up 3.5 times. And that's how you got to rise your Kundalini up through your chakras and open your third eye and your crown chakra, and then you'll be in heaven. So yeah, that's the key. But yeah, right, okay, I've had a good spiel. I've told you a few things. I'm telling the government, man, we're a wealthy bloody country. I've got an army already organised. I sent the Defence Force letters 10 years ago on how to design special ships and troopers, and I want to police the world with Australian soldiers. Tell the Yanks we don't need them anymore. Fuck the alliance. And we just look after Australia and police the world. And yeah, I want Mother Africa united. I want one person from every country to be sitting in Parliament, and I want them all to have the same dollar every country, and one government, one police force, one army, or we'll police it, because there's too many fucked up boys come back from Africa, man. Rwanda, I got mates from Rwanda, Somalia buddies, man. PTSD's rife in the military, and yeah, we lost 84 to suicide last year. That's just unacceptable, man. 84 veterans topped themselves. So, and in the States it's fucking 200,000 or something ridiculous like that last year. Oh, don't quote me on that, probably. No, it's ridiculous. So we got to stop having wars, man. We can change things without firing a shot. So, and this is how we do it. We talk, we get into a chicken soup. Now this is what we're going to do. On the 23rd of December, we're going to get your chicken soup. Alright, $40 on the internet. You'll get it in about 4 days. And wear your chicken suit all day on the 23rd of December. If you've had a gutful of tax on cigarettes, you want drugs legalised and the mental health system to get the money from the tax paid on the drugs sold by the government, and let the police force lighten up and do other things instead of bloody drugs, and we'll get rid of cartels and all the drug lords and all that, and we'll grow our own cocaine, and you know, and just mental health can get a boost. So wear your chicken suit if you're in for legalising the herb and dropping the price of tax on cigarettes. Yeah, and paying the oldies a bit more, or having the Winnebago idea for them. And yeah, and God bless you all, because life's pretty good. So get yourself a chicken suit if you agree, and we'll change things, man. We're going to change things, I swear to God. In God we trust on the dollar bill. Alrighty. Peace out.